So good morning to all of you, and welcome to our Wednesday session here at Namaste Lake Chapala. Wonderful to see all of you. So here's what we're going to do. This morning I thought I would share the little excerpt that I just prepared literally 3 minutes ago. I got up a little bit later than normal, and at first I thought I would not write anything out or listen. That's kind of silly to think that I'm not going to listen, because then Spirit starts knocking on the door very hard and say, just listen just for a minute. Come on, man. That's all you need to do. So I did, and I typed out what I heard, and I think what we'll do is I'm just going to begin by reading this short bit, and that not making any comment on it, because so often we make comments or try to interpret these gifts instead of just letting them sit completely whole on their own. Instead of trying to figure them out, like what's really being said here, just allowing it to be said, allowing it to rest within our heart. So I thought maybe what we would do is I would read this, and then we'll sit with it for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then I'm going to turn it over to Vicky and see where she takes it and where Teddy takes it and where I take it, and then we'll just see where it goes from there. Rather than trying to direct the river, we'll just let the river take us wherever it wills, knowing that it always leads to that infinite ocean. So take a deep breath, and here we go. You are the very will of God, expressed perfectly every moment. You are the very will of God, expressed perfectly every moment, and that is all I am here to tell you. We could just stop right there if we want, but we'll continue. Once again, the will of God is expressing itself perfectly here and now. And all you need to do is open your spiritual eyes to see that I am with you. All you need to do is to open up your eyes to see that I am with you. You will know that this is true when you choose to see this truth everywhere. For this is how I see you and everything else that God created. I see you by choosing to see the truth everywhere. That's how I choose to see everything. When you finally open your eyes and see, they will no longer be your eyes. For when you're able to see what is true, then the illusion of you will no longer exist. Let me read that last one again. When you finally open your eyes and see, they will no longer be your eyes. For when you're able to see what is true, then the illusion of you will no longer exist. Are you finally able and willing to claim this? Letting the illusion of you dissolve has been the only goal we've ever shared. The only goal we've ever shared. And since we share it, it must be true. Anything that you've held apart from me, claiming it for yourself alone, drifts like smoke and then disappears. Anything you offer me and choose to see with me is safe forever. Once again, you are the very will of God, expressing itself perfectly every moment. And now you are able to claim this holy vision. Do not accept anything less than this. Each time you exclude one part of the kingdom, you exclude the vision of the whole. Each time you exclude one part of the kingdom, you exclude the vision of the whole. I said I wasn't going to say anything about this, but I'll just say this one thing. You can't exclude the whole. That would be impossible. But you can exclude the vision of the whole. Just like I can't make you disappear, but I can close my eyes and not see you. It doesn't change anything, it just changes my experience. Okay. This is a very important distinction. You can only exclude the kingdom by closing your eyes and choosing not to see it. And this is what you do every time you limit yourself to only one aspect of what you think you see. Once again, you can only exclude the kingdom by closing your eyes and choosing not to see it. And this is what you do every time you limit yourself to only one aspect of what you think you see. Choosing along with me, or rather, choose along with me, and you will see the whole. Choose along with me, with the I am that is within you now, and then you will see the whole, and you will know that the whole kingdom is within you right now. Right now. So take a deep breath, and let's just sit still with that for just a few seconds and let it take root within us. Just choose to see what has always been right in front of you. Open your eyes. This is so simple, any child could do it. In fact, children do it. It's only when we get to the point in our minds where we complicate that which needs no complication. We think we have to do this and then that and then something else. We lose this holy sight. So I'm going to turn it over to Vicky and Teddy to begin, and we'll see where they want to take this.
Perfect, Jimmy, especially for me this morning. You know, we just, right now in this hour, put the house on the market, and the pictures came through on, you can see it on Zillow. But the bounce back place for me personally is Thy will be done. And you started off with, I am the will of God. It may express in a house, in a business, on the street, you know, singing a song in a playground, but the power of joy, of love, of being is in that will, that one will that isn't two, that isn't divided, that isn't even choosing anymore, that's natural. I am the will of God. That's my natural being, that natural Christ. If I want, that's what I've been doing since last night, because I'm a little shaky this morning, putting this house up. But the joy that it is never dependent on a set of walls or bricks or a building. The set of joy and the activities and the joining came from being the will of God and joining my brothers in that, joining everyone in time with or without big revelations of any kind. It goes back to what you ended with, how children do this naturally. And when you watch children, you see that they welcome everything and especially welcome one another.
Yes.
You go to a company, to a strange house where the kids never met anybody, and as soon as they see another kid, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like a big celebration, and the kids take off and they go and play. There's no conditions, there's no thinking, there's natural Christ energy. And that's all, except you'd be like a little child. If we, and especially now, standing in this empty place, this spacious place, I won't call it empty, because when the walls first got bared of all the artwork and pictures, it felt empty for a moment, but then I relaxed into the spaciousness and I like it. If I lived here another 10 years, I don't think I'd put another thing on the walls. I love the empty, not the empty, the open spaciousness. And then the will of God is to join. The will of God is to welcome, 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 welcome our brothers, welcome everything without any assessment. That's all judgment is. It's an assessment. This will help, this won't help. Everything, just welcome it. I guess it must help because it's in front of me now. What do you see this? How do I use this? How do you use this through me? That's my prayer. And standing here today, shaky, a little bit shaky, like, okay, I bounce back to thy will be done. And that's where my safety is, because if we are the kingdom, we bring forth the kingdom, and it doesn't matter how it shows up, except that the underlying condition will always be peace, it will always be happiness, it will always be love, because ideas really don't leave their source. They really, what they stem from extends and multiplies. So thy will be done,
Hmm.
and welcome everything. Welcome it all. And that's where I'm standing. Haven't got a clue what to welcome, but
I love
whoever,
that.
whatever shows up.
You
Thank
know,
you.
I love that image of just letting the pictures and all the stuff come off the walls, all the stuff that we've put into the corners and hidden in the closets, to let them just be taken out and then just sit there in this empty, expansive space and look around and say, I like it like this. This-
I do. I'm going to show you. Look at this. You'll like this view. Can you see?
oh my goodness.
All empty.
Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah, it looks great. All empty.
Wow.
Yep. All
Just a
empty.
few little things to accent,
Yeah.
to just make it look like a home. But
Yeah. Spacious.
well, that's what we do with ourselves, isn't it? When we choose to see the
Right.
truth everywhere, it's like just like all the things that we've tacked up onto the walls and hidden in the closets, we don't need them. This is why minimalism is so popular today. Look, just get rid of it all. You don't need it anymore. Just live simply.
Right.
And it's so much easier. So, Teddy, what would you like to share?
Jimmy, when you were what you were saying reminded me of this song, and I'm going to read the lyrics in the middle minute. But what I wanted to say is I got a message from another friend of ours who's got a crew down in South America, Josh,
Josh, sure, of course.
and he said to say hello. So everybody's sort of coming out of the woods a little bit here.
Yeah.
So I want to read these lyrics, and they're by Jerry Garcia. And Jesus told me that Jerry was to sing the course in words and use his own words to say what the course means so that people could hear it in song. And this song is about what you're just talking about. It says, in the attics of my life, full of cloudy dreams unreal, full of tastes no tongue can know, and lights no eyes can see. When there was no ear to hear, you sang to me. I have spent my life seeking all that's still unsung, bent my ear to hear the tune and closed my eyes to see. When there were no strings to play, you played to me. In the book of love's own dreams, where all the print is blood, where all the pages are my days and all my lights grow old. When I had no wings to fly, you flew to me. In the secret space of dreams, where I dreaming lay amazed, when the secrets all are told and the petals all unfold. When there was no dreams of mine, you dreamed of me. That's all I can say.
That's beautiful. That was Jerry Garcia.
That's Jerry Garcia. Addicts of My Life, it's called.
I love when art imitates truth and when truth imitates art. It goes both ways.
Yeah. So what you were saying, well, I could think it was Jerry telling me, when I had no eyes to see, you see for me. I had to close my eyes to see.
It just goes to show that this is a universal experience, like it says in the course, a universal path or universal
Yeah.
What
A
is
universal theology is
is
impossible,
impossible.
but a universal experience is not only possible but necessary.
Necessary. Yeah, that's right. And it just goes to show, even in Jerry Garcia lyrics, even in the Grateful Dead,
Yeah,
you can
exactly.
find the
That's
truth.
us, the
The
Grateful
Grateful
Dead.
Dead. But at least we're grateful now, because
That's
for a long
exactly
time we
true.
were
That's
the
right.
ungrateful dead.
That's right. We're the Grateful Dead
First
coming
step
back
to
to life.
coming back to life is to be the Grateful Dead.
That's right. Exactly. The middle way.
Yeah. Oh, thanks to both of you. That's beautiful. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Teddy. Let me see here if I don't. There's Christina. Good morning to you, Christina. Would you like to share anything? Are you feeling grateful this morning?
Yes, I am feeling gratefully dead. So great. When I'm hearing everybody sharing, what keeps coming through is I of my own self am nothing. The Father within me doeth the
Mhm.
works. The Spirit within me doeth the works. And I love that gratefully dead, because that's what we're here to recognize every day, is the death of our identification with the false reality, false self. And if I remember consciously throughout the day that I of my own self am nothing, I don't have the capacity to see the truth with my own eyes. I have to enter the current. I have to allow the recognition of what I am, the true source of God within me, to come through and to see. These human eyes can have the intention to see God in everything that I see, but I find that that will always fail, that it will sneak in some perception that will serve the sense of false self. But when we just allow ourselves to rest, I am of my own self am nothing, then I know that the spirit within me will reveal what is true, and it's always true. It is never tainted by any false reality or perception. So again, a resting, a recognition, and an allowing, and arriving gratefully dead. Thank you for that, Teddy.
Oh, thank you, Christina. You know, that reminds me of the couple of lines from what we read earlier, where it says, when you finally open your eyes and see, and the whole word is capitalized, when you finally open your eyes and see, they will no longer be your eyes. For you will, when you're able to see what is true, then the illusion of you will no longer exist. When you're able to see what is true, the illusion of you will no longer exist. So just open up your eyes and let everything that you've claimed as you, as your own, as mine, I, me, mine, as George Harrison would say, just let it fade, because it was never yours. Not even, you just thought it was. Everything is yours. That's the whole point. It's all yours. But if long as you claim, say, no, this is mine, then I need to protect it. I need to try and protect what I've separated and said, this is mine. When people would ask St. Francis, why don't you have any churches or monasteries or anything like that? He said, because as soon as we have something, then we have to protect that thing. And we don't want to protect anything. The only thing we're protecting is the truth that is whole within us, and we protect it by giving it away. What was that great line that you shared a couple of days ago, Teddy? If you want to, do you remember? I can't remember exactly what the words were, but I love it.
Which one?
If you want to keep something Protect it by giving it away.
Protect everything.
Protect everything you value by the act of giving it
Giving it
away.
away. Protect everything you value by the act of giving it away.
Right. And if we have monasteries and stuff, then we have to maintain.
Right.
We have to maintain, and that's not the job. The job is to
Be it.
keep on going, keep on trucking.
And here, Vicky, you're basically giving up a monastery right now. You know that.
Yeah, it's true.
Been a monastery for a long time.
Yeah.
JC Central.
Yep, JP Central. That's right.
Thanks, everybody.